Hey, hey Kayla. I'm okay. How are you? This is what I have to do. Hey, Animamus. Hey, Vance. How are you guys? Animamus, do you have any new gotcha stories? Did you see the data mine for Pokemon Masters?
Would you like to hear a story? I've got many more stories I could tell you.
That's the first time I've heard that thing's voice. Yeah, let's see it for the next month's Sync Fairy. Yeah, yeah. People were confused as to why it was the combo, the gender combo that it was Animamus, but like, Urbane is like super popular compared to Tawny. Like in Japan, we've seen the polls. Like Tawny's less popular. I think it's mostly because like there's a strong female vote. But yeah. Hey Ty, have you tried the new? Have you tried for the new Genshin banner? Oh. Okay, gotcha, Kayla. Oh well, it was good to have you, Kayla. It sucks that we don't have One Piece to talk about. That's the unfortunate part. It would have been this week would have been nice if we had One Piece. But yeah, man. For Pokemon Masters. Oh, the good thing is Animamus. This use only has 452 right now. Okay, but yeah, Animamus. The good thing is that whatchamacallit, the banner runs really late, so we'll have the data mine before the banner's over. So I'm gonna wait it out. I don't really care about genders. I care more about getting Mega for Alligator. Okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, the banner is lasting, so I'm gonna wait till the next data mine to see the anniversary pairs. Cause I have enough to go and pity for one unit, so that's pretty cool.
There's no backing out now.
God.
For me or you.
This is so difficult. It's so difficult to hear myself with these earphones. Anyway, yeah. So I have enough pity for one unit, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pull an Animamus. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be so responsible, guys.
Just graze.
Oh, awesome, Animamus. Awesome. I'm really happy for you. So, Kayla, is there like a new Iruma chapter or what? Like, is there like a new Iruma chapter? Is that what's going on? I don't see a new Iruma chapter. I see the Mafia. The Mafia thing has like 42A or whatever. Like One Punch Man. I'm trying to see if there's anything here. I don't see any Iruma chapter. I saw the final chapter of Team Up Missions. I don't see any Iruma chapter, man. There's nothing here, man. There's nothing here. Alright. It starts because it's only it should have been a mini series. Oh, I'd believe that, Ty. I believe that. I'm currently more excited for P5X, the character I've been waiting for to be added global since last July's finally coming. Okay. I posted a leak on the stream chat in Discord. Okay. I'll go look. I'll go look. I will go look. No worries. I will look. I am a good person and I will look. Oh, okay. It's still in raw form. Okay, okay. I won't spoil myself. I'll wait. It'll probably be up tomorrow or whatever. Oh, I see that Ty put up something from Crunchyroll, and it's something that we are interested in. Horikoshi's manga one-shot horror. Okay, so My Hero Academia, Horikoshi. I know it's not on screen. I know it's not on screen. I apologize. I know it's not. I don't know if you guys want it on screen. Loki looked so amazing in this anime this week. I put it in stream chat with Discord. Oh, okay. Okay, it looks like you think ZA is supposed to be the anniversary, or you think someone else is coming. Oh, ZA is not the anniversary pair. They're like regular fare. They're regular fare units. Um, they're not even a master fare. It's just an X fare, I think. So I'm sure there's an anniversary coming. It's not them. I think they're the bait. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Well, that like that's too much. That's too much. I won't bother using that. I never could tell the difference between all of it. Too many. Yeah, like you know, it's the gotcha thing of like trying to confuse you and all that shit. They're trying to confuse your animamus. But yeah, no. Like there's one guy I always read for the information on the banners, and yeah, for all that it looks like, it's a regular banner. Oh, I didn't realize Crunchyroll had a news section. In all honesty. So My Hero Academia. Oh wait, one sec. I need to like continue my game. I'm doing the end game content. Gotta finish that up. So this is like the link that my guy Ty posted. So it's called My Hero Academia creator Kohei Horikoshi to publish new horror manga one shot in Weekly Shonen Jump this August. Check out the first image from Don't Laugh, Shijima-san. All right. There are pop-ups when you get banner characters, man. The new gotcha. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I read about this earlier in the day. So I saw the thing in Discord. I was like, oh yeah, I read about this. Oh cool, yeah, Ty, I'll look at that in a second. Okay, so I'm actually a super expert when it comes to legit horror in Shonen Jump. So this is how horror works in Shonen Jump, guys. It's impossible to have a long-running series. Like, well, it's possible, but like there'll be a severe decline in quality after the first arc. I've seen it happen a few times. Like one of the big examples is sort of Promised Neverland. That's the one that you guys probably all know because it got to the point of it having an anime with that first arc. But you understand what I'm saying. That first arc is really amazing. But there was another one before that, long before that, called Enigma. I really liked Enigma. Enigma's first arc was really self-contained. It was the kids were trying to survive. They were in like a slightly different version of their high school building, and they're trying to survive like a murderer and like all kinds of weird shit there. And like after that first really strong arc, it just kind of goes down. And it's because like a lot of times with the horror, it's easier to do one arc horror. I mean, I think that's why Stephen King is so good. It's because like his horror is a lot of times just standalone. You know, it might have connections to a bigger universe, but like it's a full story from beginning to end in one novel. We don't talk about the Promised Neverland anime. It's okay. The Promised Neverland anime is the way it is because it sucks afterward. Like there's no point to adapt Promised Neverland because Promised Neverland after a certain point just didn't do the numbers. That's why the Promised Neverland anime is the way it is. Well, that's my perspective on it based off of like metrics, but I might be wrong. You never really know with like incompetence in studios. There's always that incompetence factor. And Death Note I would say is a thriller. I think Death Note fits more on thriller. It has like the horror element, but I think it fits more on thriller. But like Death Note suffers from it too, in that people will say the first half is significantly superior, and that's because like, you know, it's just more contained. Like the first half is a complete story. It's the fall of L, and then you have to go and start new with new characters in the second half, and it's like okay. But yeah, the horrors in Shonen Jump, depending on your level of skill, like it's gonna be a rough time. For Horikoshi, that first arc needs to be amazing, unless it's a comedy horror, in which case you can do more things. It's just the nature of horror, unless it's an anthology type series. Yeah. Like the point is, I don't think I don't think I'm not sure that there's many examples of people mastering long form horror in manga, and it's not like different characters. Now people would say DeathTube is horror, but I think that's more gore. I think that's gore and porn kind of mixed into it. Hyper violence, I wouldn't really call it horror. Dan, bro, that's supernatural. That's not horror. That's supernatural, bro. No way. No, no. I guess I should be saying mystery horror. I should be saying mystery horror because like right now the genres are so mixed up. I should say mystery horror. Dan is not horror. Like I'll give it supernatural, but like I find nothing scary. Okay, okay, you know what? I heard what I said. Just because I don't think it's horror doesn't mean it's not horror, but I don't think it's a strong horror. One second. I just gotta put some. I just gotta put my teams up. I'm just setting up some teams so that the game can run in the background. Give me a quick second, guys. Give me a quick second. Huh. Who am I gonna use? Okay. Do. I love that Harnkai Star Rail just lets me do whatever. It just lets me like set up my teams, and my teams are like good enough that they can just do the content without me having to worry about it. I'm really happy for autoplay. Me and Skelly love autoplay. Supernatural Sapphire, yeah. Esoteric stuff. I finished watching Maritox and started that off. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, Ty, do you find Dan scary? Like, I'm not gonna make fun of you if you find it scary, Ty. But if you do find it scary, I would like to know. I won't make fun of you, I swear. Okay, so My Hero Academia, Kohei Horikoshi leaps from heroes to horror in his next one-shot, tentatively titled Don't Laugh Shijima-san. The new manga is scheduled to appear in next month's combined issue. Wait. Oh, yeah, but that's because Exorcist manga are always popping up on Shonen Jump. Like, if we went through the history of Shonen Jump right now, Kayla, we would see all the Exorcist manga that have failed. They just keep coming up all the time. Kayla. Shit, Kayla. Do you see the problem here, Kayla? Issue 3738. Do you see the problem, Kayla? We have another One Piece break. Oh, God. Worst case scenario, we get the next One Piece chapter, then we have another break. Oh, no. The 61-page one-shot marks Horikoshi's first since the conclusion of My Hero Academia in 2024. Boy meets girl horror story. Okay, that to me sounds like a rom-com horror. I actually think it's really good. Horror by itself I don't think will do very well. I think mystery horror is very compelling, but rom-com horror, we see that all the time. That can carry. So that'd be pretty good. Issue 3738 hits newsstands in Japan on August 10th. Shit. Let me just look at the dates real quick. God damn it, Kayla. God damn it. August 10th. Yeah. Kayla? Yeah. August 10th. We're gonna get a One Piece chapter, and then we have another break. I see it as sort of horror. Yeah, no, I don't. I think it has scary moments, but I don't think it's horror. I mean, like, I know the abduction scene is like pretty graphic, and that like crosses the line into horror, but I just don't think it's horror with the way that Dan carries. I think fundamentally those characters have way too much power. So like, horror, one point of horror is some degree of a power imbalance, and after a certain point, those characters gain power. So I put it on like, horror is a spectrum. I put it on like the low end of horror. It's not like Dead Tube, where that shit's pretty bleak. Is Oda not doing well because of all these breaks? That's my first assumption, personally, Vance. Whenever this happens, I assume that Oda's not doing well. This break that's coming up, 37-38, that's a magazine-wide break, so that's just like par for the course. But like, Oda had a break, then he had a chapter, then he had a break, and now we're doing another break, part of the magazine. But like, the first two breaks are the concerning ones. Yeah, no, like, for 2 breaks in a row, I have had to like say to myself, man, I hope he's okay. And like, the more this happens, the more I think he's not okay. Okay, we have no more information about what's going on here. Infinite Castle, man? Oh, Infinity Castle, like for okay, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has graphic moments as well. It's just like fundamentally, when you have supernatural just like bleeds into horror so easily. Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna make fun of Ty, just because Ty is scared. Dead Tube, I don't count. It's more just a gore action and torture porn. I know, right? Yeah, I would agree too. But like, I think people are more likely to like call that horror, because at the end of the day, like, if you're murdering people the way it is, and the level of suspense in it, and like with like the horror psycho kill, it's like, what's it called? It's like serial killer horror. Yeah, like, yeah. It would be serial killer horror. Slasher horror, that's what it's called. Slasher horror. It's pretty much slasher horror. And then psychological horror. Man, I'm gonna start saying horror accidentally because I can't pronounce the horror too quickly too often. I have trouble with my O's and R's. But that's okay. If we're talking about Dead Tube, I actually can say it's a horror show, and like, yeah, it actually is quite a lot of horrors in there. Self-admitted too, if I recall. Wow. Yeah. Good for you, Kayla. Oh, good. The Shamrock attack already happened. Hey, Kayla. Yo, man, Kayla, like, just remember, like, Zoro can do, what's it called, like a handstand bench press of massive weights. That kick he just delivered, bro, it's got a lot of kicking power in it. And Luffy always makes friends with so many of the animals of the area. Man, Kayla, these guys love crashing. Hey, Kayla? Oh, thanks, Duhal. They love crashing everywhere, don't they, Kayla? Luffy's face there, man, Kayla. Well, he was a bit too late. Man, I appreciate this guy. I appreciate this guy having to skip around the scene. I understand. It is so easy to get copy struck and copy claimed on these videos. I get it. I wish they kind of like did a better shot to like show off his size compared to the Giants. Yeah, I kind of wish we had a better shot of that. Oh, Night Do Halt. That was a good clip. Kayla, if you have any more One Piece clips, put them on. We'll react to it. Yeah, no, like... That's solid, that's solid. I actually like that he's well-proportioned, Kayla, because, you know, that's always an issue with the One Piece characters, but he's more or less well-proportioned. Hey, Rev. Okay, so Ty put on a video. God only knows how long it is. We'll find out right now. Okay, I can deal with 8 minutes. Let's see if we'll watch at least 5 minutes. I mean, like, I know this is just pretty much saying whatever she did in the novels.
Most people know Avatar Yang Chen as a peaceful and loving, albeit a bit blunt, air nomad avatar who served long before the time of Avatar Aang. And from what we see of her in the original show, you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that she was one of the closest avatars in terms of morality and in terms of...
Yeah, Ty, you can put in the Avatar clip if you want. We could like, cause like if it's on YouTube, it probably is gonna be safe for me like to watch it as well.
Of actions to Aang. However, when we look to the books and the further canon, we find out that Avatar Yang Chen was actually one of the most brutal and sociopathic avatars in the history of the Four Nations.
Okay, is it brutal and sociopathic, or is she just doing what needs to be done, given that she knows how human behavior is, given that she has hundreds of lifetimes of witnessing human behavior? Like, is she just doing what needs to be done? Like, guys, it's different when you've seen humanity do the same mistakes over and over, guys.
So, today we're going to break down all of the reasons why Yang Chen was actually a sociopath. So hit that subscribe button for more Avatar lore just like this, and let's get in.
Sociopath by your standards.
Every airbender in history was raised to believe that life is sacred and that violence is always a last resort. Yang Chen, however, broke that teaching.
And look what happened. They died. They needed Korra to do a full reset of the cosmos in order for them to get new airbenders.
So many times, in ways so calculated that the world she helped build has spent centuries trying to forget that legacy and remember her as a saint instead of what she actually was. Yang Chen is usually introduced as the most spiritually accomplished avatar in history. She mastered the avatar state faster than almost anyone before her.
And what do you think happens when you master that state and you see the absolute degeneracy of humanity? What do you think happens?
You fucking me? Have some sun.
She was worshipped as a living god across the Earth Kingdom, and statues of her still stand in temples that treat her like the gold standard for what an air nomad avatar should be. But the deeper you look into her actual record, the less that image holds up. Behind all of the incense and all of the statues, there was a woman who treated fear, pain, and psychological collapse as tools of statecraft. She didn't just spend air, she used it to break people, and she did so with a calm expression that made her victims think that they were the ones losing their minds. So here are all of the actions that reveal who Yang Chen really was underneath all of that myth. The first is her use of suffocation as a weapon. Yang Chen had the ability to pull air out of the room in an instant, collapsing the opponent's lungs and dropping them before they even understood what was happening.
Why fight, you know? Did you see Gunko anime yet? No, I haven't. Why fight, guys? Why go into a room and risk fighting? Like, just get rid of them. If you have enemies, just beat them up. Oh no, but that's because people don't know, right, Vance? It's always a point, like, they just don't know. They don't know the rest of the world.
Used briefly, it was a clean way to end a fight. I mean, we even see Monkey Arthur use this technique when the Firebenders all descended upon him in the Air Temple. But when it was held for a few seconds longer, it was a certain death sentence regardless of who was innocent and who was not inside of that room. And Yang Chen knew the difference every single time she used it. This wasn't an accident of her power. It was a technique that she refined and repeated, one precise enough that centuries later, a radical bender in the southern reaches would study and reproduce it as a method of assassination. Yang Chen was absolutely brutal in using this technique against her enemies, and she had no care of who else was in the room with her enemies. That same instinct for turning her body into a weapon shows up again in how she handled being cornered.
I'm gonna need to like look at the novel, cause like not giving me examples. You're just saying like, I wish there were examples here. Like, bring up the novel. I want to know the novel passages.
When a group of armed guards trapped her with no clear way out, Yang Chen didn't negotiate and she didn't try to slip past them using evasive airbending, the kind that her culture actually taught and one that Aang would certainly use. She instead let out a scream amplified through her airbending until it ruptured their eardrums and dropped every single one of them unconscious on the spot, leaving them usually with permanent ear damage and hearing damage. That's a clever method, for sure, there's no denying that, but it's also a permanent injury inflicted on men who were simply doing their job most of the time, and it shows a woman.
Bro, people doing their job have killed more people than the people ordering them. Technically, you know what I'm saying. There is an untold amount of people who have suffered at the hands of people doing their job. No. That's the excuse that people use to make themselves feel better about stuff. No. Like, bro, if you have a weapon and you're bringing a weapon, you're actually making her yeah, he's actually making her look real good. Yeah, if you're bringing a weapon and you're gonna fight, I'm sorry, once you have a weapon, it's a weapon, right, Ty? Once a weapon, it's a weapon. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Come on.
Who reached for maximum damage the moment she felt threatened. There was no ladder of escalation, she simply went to the most damaging and threatening thing first. That is in exact opposition to her monastic training.
Bro, like, how many times in action movies we see guys that are, you know, they're working for the evil guy, but you know they have families. They're probably like just trying to like they're doing a job. They're just trying to like get money to like buy food for their families. Just 100 mooks, and then they get murdered. You don't even get to find out their names. It just happens all the time. The action hero wipes them all out because otherwise these guys are just gonna go into an airport and just start shooting everyone. Like, come on. Let's be realistic here.
Meaning that the Anno
If you pick up the sword, you have to be ready to die by the sword. That's just how that goes, man. You can't pussyfoot around this.
nomads are all about, and from there, her methods only get more.
I do see that, like, the pointing out like what the air nomads are, but I fundamentally think the air nomads are stupid. So
More disturbing.
this isn't gonna work on me,
Was
guys.
improvised, but what came next was not.
I do wish I got the passages and the examples though. I'm gonna have to read it myself now.
Yang Chen later developed an ability to vibrate the air at frequencies too low to hear, creating a wall of infrasound that triggers dread, nausea, and the sensation of being haunted in anyone caught inside of it. And she
Why wouldn't you do this? Like, guy, you're just telling me more things. I know about this. I've read about it. Because it happens, like, this is real life. You can, like, trigger. I read about it because, like, you know, I'm interested in hauntings and all that. Like, I know about, like, electromagnetism and what it does to the brain. But, like, it's interesting how infrasound, it also messes with your head. There's, like, a lot of ways to, like, really mess with people in that sense. And there's a lot of ways to get sick in factory settings if you get unlucky to create a resonance that, like, hits the infrasound level. But, yeah, no, like, why wouldn't you try and, like, do this if you want to accomplish your goals? I'm so tired of Zuko. It's okay, Omar. This is not about Zuko at all.
certainly didn't use this as a defensive instinct. She built this technique, tested it, and used it as an interrogation method, sitting across from enemies while they wept, vomited, or begged all for their lives, while her own expression stayed serene enough that witnesses walked away describing her as an untouchable and holy lady. That contrast.
Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want that? If you were fighting a war, yo, Ty, was he like living during an era of war? Like, if you're fighting a war, why wouldn't you want this?
Us right there is the most telling detail in her entire record. A person who tortures out of rage is dangerous, but a person who tortures while maintaining the exact composure of a monk in meditation is something else entirely different and very scary. And it points to...
Bro, it's a smart person. It's a smart person. It's scary because it's so smart that you can't comprehend it.
Someone who had made peace with cruelty as long as it served her vision of order. And if the interrogations were bad, there was something else she did on a much larger scale which was even worse to an...
Imagine interrogating the enemy being a bad thing. During an era probably of violence.
entire institution. Yang Chen confirmed...
Alright, now we're getting into it. The torture chambers. Now we're getting into it. Have you watched the movie? No.
Northern Air Temple, one of the most sacred sites in air nomad culture, into a covert prison. Combustion benders were held there in a sensory deprivation environment for years. They were cut off from light, sound, and any form of human contact, while Yang Chen forced pacifist monks who had taken vows against violence to serve as their jailers. This is the clearest evidence that she understood exactly what she was doing and chose to do it anyway. She wasn't ignorant of air nomad values, obviously, because she was one, and she was the avatar on top of that. She knew precisely what she was violating, and she decided that global security mattered more than the sanctity of her own people's home.
Yeah. It does. Global security does matter. Bro, like, this isn't, if this is a person that has the greatest mastery of the avatar state, this is not a person that we can just like attach regular human values to. This is a person, she's not an air nomad. She's a citizen of the entire world. She has like lifetimes of multiple cultures like pounded into her mind whenever the avatar state happens. And because she's an air nomad, she actually probably has more tools to actually be able to converse with the other avatars than the standard avatar probably would. Yeah, no, man. Like, when you have thousands of years of multiple cultures packed into your soul, and you see the world on a time frame that is beyond 100 years of a lifespan, like these rationalizations will come naturally. Like these extremes are not created in a vacuum.
And of their own.
And I think it's really unfortunate because like the most important part of this whole character is that stipulation at the very beginning, where she has the highest mastery of the avatar state.
Spiritual beliefs. However, the backlash
Revi, what were you gonna say that's controversial that the movie was good?
to this was severe enough that it eventually got her banished from the temple that she had turned into a black site, a rare instance of her own culture drawing a line that she had already crossed. But
That's okay.
again, she had no remorse for
The air nomads weren't built for this world.
turning literally the Northern Air Temple into a torture chamber. This is in exact opposition of what Aang would have wanted to happen there, as we see when they were just using it as a bathhouse, which is something much, much more innocuous. Equally as disrespectful, but certainly much more innocuous than having a literal torture chamber in the Northern Air Temple. Put all four of these together and a clear pattern emerges. Yang Chen wasn't a woman who occasionally lost control or made a difficult call under pressure. She built an entire toolkit designed to inflict psychological and physical devastation on anyone who even threatened her a little bit, and she used that toolkit with the exact same steady hands every single time, always seemingly never showing any emotion or any remorse. She seemed to operate on the belief that peace in the world required someone willing to do the parts of the job that peace was supposed to prevent, and then she decided that person would be her. In her mind, being the
Let's see. Weaker to have great writing. Man, they made him weaker to make Korra look better. I gotta agree with. Okay, let's see. I love it. He's so weak. Oh, okay.
The one willing to get her hands dirty meant that nobody else had to. Again, you can see how an avatar would come to this conclusion and feel that that was her role in the world, but it's very hard to square those actions and her reaction to that with her not being a sociopath. There is really no way around it. Not only do these acts just plain come off as immoral, but some of them just purely and fundamentally break her set of beliefs and her teachings as an air nomad avatar, not just as an avatar. So which of these acts breaks the most fundamental rule of who an air nomad is supposed to be? Well, the suffix
Bro, she's not an air nomad. She's the avatar. Just because you have like a few years of life before you like receive the rest of your memories, like no, like okay, look, you guys know I know a lot about reincarnation theory. I know a lot about reincarnation stories. That's why like this is like a really limited perspective because of how complex reincarnation theory becomes when multiple lives are stacked together.
Application technique and the sonic scream are brutal, but they can at least be framed as combat improvisation and can certainly be used in defensive settings. A bender using her strongest tool in a moment of real danger, that is absolutely fine. The infrasound interrogations though are much harder to excuse because there was no danger in that room. They were tied up, they were bound, they weren't going anywhere. Only a captive audience and a calculated decision to make them.
You know, like torture doesn't really work, right? Like we've seen like the reports in real life. Like when you're torturing people, you're gonna get false information a lot of times because the person being tortured doesn't want to be tortured anymore. So when it comes to the infrasound stuff, it's like better than beating them up.
Them suffer for information, but the Northern Air Temple stands apart from all of it. That wasn't a decision made in the heat of a fight or even in a tense interrogation when you don't know what's going to happen. This was a sustained, years-long policy carried out inside of the most sacred space that her people had, using monks who had dedicated their lives to non-violence as her instruments to do this. Air nomad culture was completely built entirely around the refusal to cage another living being, and Yang Chen didn't just break that principle.
Yeah, that one's pretty wild though. That one's a pretty wild move for real. That's a pretty wild move.
Breaking it in the one place that it should have been the most protected, in her home territory, and in the most sacred place in that home territory. So that is the answer that this record actually points to. Yang Chen certainly wasn't a saint who occasionally made hard choices. She was a woman who understood that legends get written by the winners, and she made sure history remembered the incense instead of the interrogation room. She was certainly a sociopath. Yang Chen was a sociopath. Luckily for her, history didn't remember it that way because history was keen to forget what she had done during her time as the most feared avatar in world history. And when Aang calls to Yang Chen for advice before his major fight with Fire Lord Ozai, he only gets a little peek at that whole backstory and that whole history of Yang Chen, and that little bit was turned into the whole basis for her character. All of this information comes from the Avatar Yang Chen novels, and of course all of the expanded universe material that Avatar Studios has released. So if you want to hear more insanely cool lore about...
Bro, she's so cool. She is so cool. Zuko's at the top. Let's see. The issue is that the top three are his immediate family. No, Rev, I don't care. I don't care about spoilers. I'm not like other people. I legitimately don't care about spoilers. In fact, knowing more about what people think going into a movie like helps me like keep a track of like where the critical spots in the movie are. I've already seen many reviews of the movie. Like I'm look, guys, the only person I will ever get mad at for spoiling stuff is Ty. And the reason I'm getting mad at him is because it's Ty. And maybe Skelly. I wouldn't get mad at Prower because if Prower spoiled me, it's not he didn't mean it. But Ty for 100%. If Ty spoiled me 100%, even if he didn't mean it 100%, I would just rip into him for like 3 days. I would just rip into him. But yeah. I just wouldn't let him. I wouldn't let Ty. I wouldn't let Ty live it down. It just. I just keep going at it. No, Skel, you did nothing. I'm just being honest about like who I would get mad at if they spoiled me on something, or who I would be upset at. Wouldn't really be mad at, but I'd be upset.
What is it now?
Okay. I did watch a few of these videos after I watched the first few, so let's do this.
There ain't enough Italians, Koreans, and Chinese people to eat that much garlic on a whole planet, now living or dead. No, go ahead, please. By all means, burn your little hut down. Personally, I don't know how you can afford this. You must be a rich Thai or Cambodian lady, because with that oil, that ain't no peanut oil. That's oil straight of Hormuz. I don't know how you get it. You got some connections. I want to hear who they is. Look at it. That's exactly how your butthole about to blow up as soon as you eat all that garlic. Look at you. Burning up like American healthcare. Blowing up like the federal deficit. Exploding like this AI bubble. Hotter than Trump going before the rug pull. Why are you looking at it like you ain't do it? You know who did it. You did it. Boiling garlic in crude oil like you ain't got no damn sense. You go ahead and turn it. Make sure you get all the 5W40 inside all the valves and pistons.
I hate how the garlic looks, guys.
I hope your booty hole just drop out like a starfish stomach. Why didn't you do that first?
It looks good when it's like been removed from the
What
stuff.
was that? If you feed the garlic to a pig to deworm it, I might maybe forgive you. But you ain't gonna do that. What is it now? You're joking. You're not joking. You got whips and chains in your basement, huh? You tie niggas up and you force feed them this shit. Put it down all spiteful, you the one cooking it. But wait, there's more.
It's just the color looks so weird,
Your
man. I
ancestors
don't like the
watched
color.
your whole country get blown up by France for you to eat unseasoned chicken. Y'all be ashamed of yourself. Oh. I mean, what happened to the garlic? Did you put the garlic in there? Shut up. She has intestinal parasites. That's the only explanation. You're just gonna be funky up front and the back. This passport road's gonna leave you alone. Let me catch any of my customers cooking my chicken like this. I'm gonna come to your house and.
That's a good one. Man, that was a lot of garlic, man. That was a lot, man. Like, yeah, the Yanqing video was pretty good though. That was a pretty good video. It was pretty fun. I don't get the opportunity to have such a fun time like that. Did Ty respond to my provocations? I hope he did.
What is it now?
The pig is stuck in the mud.
Are you sure it's not R2D2 stuck in the mud?
I have a right.
You'd have better.
Okay, this is actually I know nothing about pig farming, so this is actually really interesting to me. Let me just like make sure I'm watching this proper, man. Did I win? Oh. Guys, I did not win my, did not win my thing. It's too bad. I'll deal with that later. I could have, but I didn't.
Better luck with prayer than a rake.
I'm gonna try to get her out.
Or maybe a winch or an excavator. She's a chunky girl.
I'd use an excavator and a winch.
Oh.
Take her out.
Yeah, that's right. Now let's poke her in the rear. I'm sure that won't make her more agitated. I should call her. This is what it's like waking up the president.
That's a good one.
If there were other pigs around, they would actually be standing around laughing. Every pig farmer knows that sound.
I know that sound. I wasn't a pig farmer, but I went to the pig farm a lot.
No, I think she's fine where she is.
Bro, I think her foot's more effective than the prod. I think the foot's doing more.
You know what must be done. You're not a pig farmer until you've wrestled with the
Sorry, that was me. It's the machine behind me.
slop.
Girl, okay, actually, I wouldn't recommend getting in there unless you have people with you. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing it. Like, definitely don't do this like on camera. It's just a little bit dangerous with pigs.
Allow me to demonstrate. Yeah, that's right.
Bro, the only pig I've ever even wrestled as a child was like piglets. I don't try anything with like actual big pigs.
Trying to do this without getting dirty is a remarkable act of faith.
Yeah.
It's almost like having kids in 2026.
That's a good one too. I mean, everyone will do that though, but like that's a good one.
Of course, if you wait long enough, she'll get herself out of there.
Mhm.
She's really just being lazy.
Yeah. Shit, you know, like today, my bird had a similar moment where she just decided she's gonna hunker down on the blanket, and she just kind of like drove her head into like a little. She's a conure, and conure is like the burrow, so she just drove her head into like a little nook in the blanket and just kept her head in there. There's no reason for that. I lifted the blanket, and then she just ran further into the nook that was created when I lifted the blanket. She just like drove her head in there. It's just her head is the only thing covered. It might be hormonal behavior, but like it's funny. She does it every now and again.
That's for the best.
Yeah, girl, you just leave it. And I do like that the video says that yeah, the thing was fine. The thing was fine. Yeah, that's a good video, man. That's a good video. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that greatly. One moment, please. I just gotta put something in to get that sorted out. Do. Do. Sorry guys, I'm just setting up the game to like run while we keep watching stuff.
Light up the dawn.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good video. That was a good video. I didn't see that one, so that was pretty good. Chip, have you ever seen a Newfoundland dog? I think I might have seen it because I that sounds familiar, but I don't remember what it looks like. Oh, we saw why all telepaths should die. I should put love on that. I think we got that one as well. Yeah, we got this. Oh, cool. Okay, let me pick out something. Let me pick out a good one here. Let me pick out a good one. And when I say good one, I really mean like we've watched videos from Random Thai. We saw one from Kayla. Oh, no, Vance put up the chapter. Oh, Animamus. Okay, we'll watch Animamus. Let me just put this one in because this is the media link. This is easy to cover. This is just the popularity results. All right, guys. Do you know what the first thing I noticed about this? Did you hear about the WoW scandal trip? No, I did not, Vance. Alright. So... Was that Flynn's? Oh, no, I'm playing Star Rail, Monica. Can anyone guess what I saw? The first thing I saw in this poster? In these results? The first thing that I noticed? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. It makes it so good. These are some good numbers. There's no woman here. There is no female character. This is the realest poll that we will ever see from Hero Academia. Not a single girl. A perfect reflection of what happened in the final arc. Kirishima did barely anything, and he's in there. So Bakugo being number 1, we know how that goes. Izuku being number 2, we know how that goes. Todoroki being number 3, we know how that goes. Number 4 being Aizawa, yeah, let's face it. Aizawa, it doesn't matter how strong All For One gets, Aizawa can shut him down. It doesn't matter. Kirishima, I don't know, man. I don't know how he's still in here. Endeavor earned it. Where's number 7? Hawks? I believe that's Hawks. Yeah, I guess he earned it too. Number 8, at least Dobby got something in his life. Number 9 being Shigaraki. All right, solid. Number 10 being Monoma. Like, bro, Monoma shouldn't be up there for a world poll. Yeah, no, he should be, because Monoma brought in the hurt. Not only does Monoma look good in the future and he's a top tier hero, but he also shut down Shigaraki. It didn't matter how much power Shigaraki had. Monoma shut him down because he was riding on Aizawa's coattails. All right, so that's just how that goes. Aizawa is the kingmaker here. If you ride Aizawa's coattails, you're going to place very highly. So, yeah, no, this is the most based Hero Academia poll result I've ever seen. It follows trends. The people who continue being in here are still in here. It's really this group right here, right? It's this group of Bakugo. Like, these guys are like, they're common winners here. And then the other 3, good for them. The biggest thing is Ochako, nowhere to be seen, guys. Nowhere to be seen. Okay, let's watch Animamus's submission.
The festival's only just begun. Yeah, let's have a good time together.
Okay, Monica, shit. Now, okay. Ochako is not boring, okay? She's a street level sorry, not street level villain. She's a street level hero who had a street level plot. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. It was just street level, and it was just like a incompatibility with the manga.
I'll finish you off myself. I'm Carmine. You want to go to the festival? I guess I could take you. My heart shines with excitement. Hi, I'm Florian.
Wait, I kind of like Carmine's voice.
You want to go to the festival? I guess I could take you.
Wow, she doesn't care about me at all.
Let's go dance our hearts.
No, I don't think she got reduced to romantic options. Like I was actually surprised that Horikoshi didn't do that. Like, no, she just got tethered hardcore to like Toga. But like her thing with Toga at the very end, like it's just her versus Toga. Like it was, again, it was a very personal street level confrontation.
Out at the festival. Hey.
Clear your mind with a picnic.
I guess they...
Dazzled by how great I look in my Jinpei.
An event?
Yeah.
I'm so interested in Yan Mega being a physical on this one.
Hey. Let's keep making memories and have even more fun.
Let's get to know each other even better.
Pokemon.
I'm really surprised by the Yan Mega personally. Anime Miss? The Yan Mega surprises me. But I love Yan Mega, so...
This man Toga right here. Oh my god. It's moving like a Viltrumite. I thought he was setting up a Kamehameha for a second, but no. No, it's just the craziest speed blitz in all of Avatar. Sokka's like, where the fuck did that come from? Toph over here like, I ain't never feel Twinkle Toes move that fast. And that fear on Zuko's face is justified. Cause my man should be dead. Ah, look at that. He cleared the water away. I need you to understand what I'm saying here. My finger pointer's upside down. Oh my god. This man did not get hit one dime. He made Team Avatar look like children again. They couldn't land a blow. Sokka and Katara even get this cool boomerang ice brother-sister tandem move, and it does not matter. Sokka should also be dead. He then assumes the high ground, and with an air-bending special beam cannon, individually gunned everybody down. How fast was he shooting these bitches? Zuko didn't even know what to do, because before he knew it, he was pierced as well. And then he hits a collateral on Sokka and Katara. Oh my god.
Okay. That was pretty cool. The animation looked really good on that. Like, that looked really, really good.
This one looks dangerous. Let's see something.
1 second.
Good shot. Do it.
Intercepting sword.
Let's wait and see.
There's a good shot. Do as you're told.
Do 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 do. Just setting that up. All right. Kayla, I think you put in Loki is Unchained. Is that oh, it's an official clip. Oh, okay, well that one's gonna get me struck. All right, I got to pause a bit more for this one. Here we go. I know, right? It's a different kind of experience. Zuko and the Servant. Do people actually watch these? Okay, see. Does anyone remember a Noah show called Kaiju: The Rise of the Duel Masters? I think so. I remember Duel Masters. I don't think I watched it, but I think I saw it on commercials. Sanji looks good. Like, Sanji looks crisp in these shots. Kayla, I like the palette on him. Wow. Look at the animation on that lip movement. Holy. Man, it's like, you gotta love One Piece. There's a lot of reaction shots. Gotta like pad out that that runtime a little bit, you know. That music is so iconic. It's what strikes me the most. I'll just get copyright claimed all the way down. I do love the nod to the myth about his eyes. Oh, come on. Yeah, you know, it's they sure love doing that scale up his pecs, Kayla. They sure love doing that. Kayla, so what is your interpretation of why he smacked Ragnar into that tree and made lightning fall? What's your interpretation of it? Do you think it was to alert the rest of the people to the fact like, oh shit, something's going on? What's your interpretation of why he did that? So it was a pretty big, it was a jerk move. If he just explained it out loud. Oh wow, that Elemental Hero Neo's art looks amazing, Animamus. That looks actually amazing. Like, holy shit. Okay, Gunko versus Loki. I will love that one. I will love that one. I gotta mark the ones I've seen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, for a second, Kayla, I saw the arrows and I thought, oh, we're watching a YouTube explainer video, but no, it's actually just her power. That could be it, but I was trying to intimidate them. They were not going to believe him. Luffy would have believed them. Luffy would have 100% believed them. Oh, I didn't realize that they had her, they were showing her other eye there. Sorry, I just noticed, like, right, she's wearing a bikini bottom, so I just noticed that her butt's hanging out. Man, she must be having such wicked frostbite on that cellulite. Like, holy shit, man. Like, frick. I don't know if armament hockey could do some thermal insulation, but I don't think it can, man. Alright. Huh. What is going on?
See that one there? Let's wipe them dry. There's a good shot. Do as you're told.
Intercepting sword tape.
Let's wait.
Let's say something.
Sorry, one of my teams just isn't beating the level. Alright. Anyway. That's why she has that cape. Bro, what's that cape doing when it's blowing off her butt? Her bunk is like, her bunk is freezing, man. Like, it's just blowing off, man. Like, there's not, that cape's doing nothing. Arrow fruit, yeah, okay. No, now we know, Kayla. Now we know. We know how much trauma he has about these people. Like, she's talking to him and he's thinking like, screw you, girl. Look at. Oof. Okay, the impact shots were good. The impact shots were real good, Kayla. Bro, didn't even knock out a tooth. Didn't even knock out a tooth. You know who can knock out a tooth? Sanji. I saw Sanji knock out one of Luffy's teeth. I've never forgotten that one. Man, they like Kayla. They really put a lot of effort into like just filling the frames with movement. Are we doing the same thing again? It's interesting when someone says no, the world government starts willing on their enemy. Yeah. Yeah, no, Kayla, like if I was the world government and I want to recruit someone and they say no, then what does that mean? It means they're my enemy. Like, if you are the world government, you actually should beat them up because they're your enemy. This is a problem. It's either you're on my side or you're like not. You know? And he's tied up. This is the best time to beat him up. It's like, man, I will defend sound tactical choices. Now, actually, if we're actually going to be serious about this, what I think should have been done, if the world government's recruiting people and my recruit doesn't want to join and he's actually like super dangerous, you should kill him. They should have killed him. Instead of letting him just sit there, they should have killed him. Because now look, now they have to deal with the extra wrinkle of Loki, but they didn't, so the world government is not smart here. They got greedy. They thought they could have him. That was really good though. That was really good, Kayla. That was good. That was good. The world government is not an effective villain here. No, guys, this isn't savage. It's just common sense. If you have an enemy and they're not letting you recruit them, you only have one choice, because like this is gonna be a problem in the future. Man, this girl loves to skate. She must be like one of the best skaters in the world government. All right. You saw how tiny that little foot is. Like, how deep did it actually go? Wow, we're just doing this again, aren't we? Oh, I see. This is just a replay of the other one. Yeah, it's a replay of the other one. All right, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, it was a very good impact shot. It was a super good impact shot. It's more detail. Yeah. It's a very good impact shot. Just like, all right. Okay, Kayla, you gotta be honest with me. Like, do you just like seeing Loki get beat up? Oh, okay. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. All right. Yeah. Best skater in the world right here, man. All right, rock. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. You know, at the end of the day, she didn't break a single tooth. So, is she really that strong? I don't think so. Is there lore I'm missing? I have a theory as to why it is the way it is, Monica, but it's a pretty far out there theory, so it's probably wrong. But I do have a theory as to why it is the way she is. For now, we just have to assume she loves bikinis. I think that is the only safe thing that we can say. Sorry guys, I have yet to be able to like get the points I need on this level. Give me one quick second. Gonna try a different team here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Emu loves blue hair women. Yeah, I think so. Like, you know, I don't know why people are so they're so against accepting Emu as just a massive pervert, like motivated by lust. I don't know why they're against it, because like it's because of that people think that Emu's a woman and all that kind of stuff. And it's like Emu's not a woman. Like Emu's probably not a woman. Okay, so we have a rarity. It is Skelly with a video. The picture for the stream on YouTube is funny. Oh, okay, well, I'm just... Oh, I hope it's not a pic of the ass. We'll do that in a bit, Ty.
Oh, like you use clean energy and stuff? No. So, you know how in steampunk they use steam and cogwheels to power everything, and in dieselpunk they use diesel and other fossil fuels? Right, so that means that you use clean energy, right? No. Let me explain it more clear to you, my friend. We stole the sun from the sky to power the machines of our invention. Despite the gods that have abandoned us. And when they finally come back to bring extinction of our species, we will be ready.
All right, that was kind of interesting. I like the music. Okay, I need to look for Ty's video before he gets upset. Oh, Skell. Come on, bro. I like the music. I like the music, Skelly. It was really creepy, and I kind of liked how that was going.
It's a hexagon.
You're right, Aang. All the past avatars, all their experience and wisdom is available to you if you look deep inside yourself.
So where am I, Roku? What is this place?
I don't know, Aang. But I see that you are lost in more ways than one right now.
I am.
Oh, gotcha,
I
Ty.
need to figure out what to do once I face the Fire Lord. Everyone expects me to take the Fire Lord's life, but I just don't know if I can do that.
In my life, I tried to be disciplined and show restraint. but it backfired when Fire Lord Sozin took advantage of my restraint and mercy. If I had been more decisive and acted sooner, I could have stopped Sozin and stopped the war before it started. I offer you this wisdom, Aang. You must be decisive.
Avatar Kyoshi, I need your wisdom.
In my day, Jin the Conqueror threatened to throw the world out of balance. I stopped him, and the world entered a great era of peace.
But you didn't really kill Jin. Technically, he fell to his own doom because he was too stubborn to get out of the way.
Personally, I don't really see the difference. But I assure you, I would have done whatever it took to stop.
Okay, we know that, I just want to point out, like, that happens because, like, sometimes the hero doesn't want to kill the villain, but we know that sometimes what happens is circumstance kills the villain for the hero, so the hero doesn't have to get his hands dirty. It's such a cop-out. It's okay in kids shows, but it is a cop-out. So, like, Aang pointing that out is really him grasping for straws, but it's like, no, like, it's still, you still created the situation. They said that Korra was only asked because Aang couldn't kill. No, that's alright. This really shows that they're all their own people.
Stop, Jin. I offer you this wisdom, Aang. Only justice will bring peace.
I knew I shouldn't have asked Kyoshi. I need to look deep inside myself.
Bring out the devil.
I am Avatar Kuruk. When I was young, I was always a go with the flow kind of avatar. People seemed to work out their own problems, and there was peace and good times in the world. But then, I lost the woman I loved to Ko, the face stealer. It was my fault. If I had been more attentive and more active, I could have saved her. Aang, you must actively shape your own destiny and the destiny of the world.
All these past avatars, they keep telling me I'm gonna have to do it. They don't get it. You're right. Maybe an air nomad avatar will understand where I'm coming from. I know you can't really talk. Pretending you can just helps me think. I'm going to pretend I didn't pretend to hear that.
I am Avatar Yang Chen, young airbender.
Avatar Yang Chen. The monks always taught me that all life is sacred. Even the life of the tiniest spiderfly caught in its own web.
Yes, all life is sacred.
I know, I'm even a vegetarian. I've always tried to solve my problems by being quick or clever, and I've only had to use violence for necessary defense. And I've certainly never used it to take a life.
Avatar Aang, I know that you are a gentle spirit, and the monks have taught you well. But this isn't about you. This is about the world.
But the monks taught me that I had to detach myself from the world so my spirit could be free.
Many great and wise air nomads have detached themselves and achieved spiritual enlightenment. But the Avatar can never do it. Because your sole duty is to the world. Here is my wisdom for you. Selfless duty calls you to sacrifice your own spiritual needs and do whatever it takes to protect the world.
Now, I do think, like, one of the things that kind of, like, makes it a little bit harder is that the Avatar world is not a world where... Okay, I'm not too sure if there's, like, subtle lore that says otherwise, but we don't, like, I don't think there's reincarnation working for other people. Because, like, if you have a situation where... If you have a situation... She's out genocide of the air... Okay, for genocide of the air nation in totality. Okay. Anyway, if you have a world where, like, there's more reincarnation at play, like, there's more interesting dynamics that kind of happen in those systems. Like, killing a person, if you were to kill a person, you would be potentially, in some ideas, taking on their karma. But, like, if you were to kill a person also, that person's going to come back anyway. Hopefully with new lessons, or, like, they might have a new karma that they have to work through, or, like, kind of interpret as they go through their new life. In a situation where you are, like, in a situation where you are just stopping a body and allowing the soul to continue, it's a little bit of a different implication. That said, like, your karma would still be pretty messed up if you are imposing your will on another and like taking their free will by killing them. Like there's like a lot of ways that this kind of comes back, but then there's also just fundamental truths about the universe in terms of our physical existence. Like things live by the virtue of the destruction of another. So you only get to have your life because you're killing hundreds of millions of organisms at every moment. And when I say hundreds of millions, I mean, like, you know, bacteria and all that kind of stuff. You're always killing stuff. We live on the backs of like the life that's cultivated in the body of a smaller organism and all that kind of stuff. You know, if you take a very naturalist point of view, you could like argue to yourself like, well, no, like doing a slaughter at this point is not that bad. Blah 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 blah. Depends how you want to rationalize it. At the end of the day, though, I'm kind of an absolutist on karmic calculations, so I feel like even if you can rationalize a position, you're probably still gonna take a karmic. You're probably still gonna take a karmic penalty for the bullshit that you're doing, and that's okay. There's a cause and effect. If you kill someone, that there's got to be some kind of effect that comes back. You put your finger on the scale, that scale's got to like come back to balance somehow. So coming back to Aang, it's a little bit unfortunate in that sense, because in a situation where people aren't reincarnating, it's a little bit harder to like have a more like it's a little bit harder to have a divinely indifferent point of view, because if you had a divinely indifferent point of view, you would do the kill, understanding that it's in the service of the continuation of the world, and then you would just like take your karmic retribution. But in this situation, probably a little bit worse. He was also 12? Yeah, he was also 12. Let me see. Any other cool things we can talk about there? He got lucky that the world bent itself to give him energy bending. He got lucky. Angus, who is coming to terms with making a person sleep. Yeah. I personally think Aang could have broken the guy's limbs. I personally think he could have just severely disabled the man. I don't think there would have been anything wrong with severe disabling, but like severe disabling is also very intense. You gotta get really in there. So I can understand why he wouldn't be able to do it either. But, you know, took away the bending. It's the closest thing he could do to severe disabling. The Avatar Kyoshi book where Dark Shi froze people's hearts. He did severely disable him. That's a bending disabling. It's not the same. Like, not being able to make fire isn't the same as not being able to use your legs and arms. It's a fundamentally different thing. It takes away a portion of his identity, but like, these are not the same things. Like, ridding someone of their arms and legs? Come on. Problem is, he's against violence. Yang Chen would have crippled him. I don't know, I sure got leaked online if you all want to see it early. Oh, cool. I'll check it out, Omar. That's pretty cool.
Storm's on the horizon.
Ultimately, I'm happy that Aang was able to do... I'm happy that someone helped Aang, and he was able to find a different option so that he could preserve his values. But you see, like, one can only preserve their values if there is an imbalance of power. In the real world, where there is barely any imbalance of power between two people, like, these kind of things, like, this is the kind of thing that you can only do if you have power. So what is the fundamental lesson? We all have to strive to have massive imbalances of power between the people that we don't like. That is the lesson, guys. You always strive to create for yourself a massive imbalance of power, because that's the only way you're going to be able to do things the way that you want to. Because otherwise, like, the less time you have to react to a situation, the worse it's going to get for you. Roku was more proactive, but also Oskia sucks because she saw Kindercon take over like 90% of it, and only decided to stop him when he came to her home. Let's see. Okay. So Monica put up a video with a ballerina. Oh, Jesus Christ. It is 24 minutes.
Hello YouTube. Whether you are a regular viewer or found me through my Odette content, welcome to my very first analysis video essay of Odette, the first character releasing in Snezhnaya. If you don't...
I appreciate the squishmallows in the background, miss. I think this is a pretty cool room. Pretty cool. Okay, I don't care about your background. Okay, I care about your background, but I don't care that like that. Disclaimer, this is for fun. Oh yeah, you need that disclaimer because people get so salty. Story of Swan Lake, design analysis on the hair. Okay.
Time to analyze her design. I'm gonna start at the top with her hair. Odette's hair is a beautiful shade of cool blue and seems to be arranged in an updo similar to a ballet bun. In real life, a ballet bun would be much tighter and cleaner on the head, with none of these extra bits hanging out that she's got going on. Minus the exception of short bangs, having loose strands of hair flying about in your ballet bun is a big no-no. A good hair tie, lots of bobby pins, hairnets, and hairspray go into making sure a ballet bun is secure and not impeding your movements. If it's loose or messy, hair gets in your face, and the last thing you want is your bun falling out while you're dancing. Something interesting is that she wears a low bun as opposed to one higher on the crown of the head. The low bun is generally a bit more of a European style, and I feel like you especially see it in schools or companies with a Russian training style. It does seem to sit more on the side of her head, when traditionally it should be centered, but the low bun is a nice nod, stylistically, for a ballerina from Snezhnaya. Her hair accessories are also incredibly Swan Lake inspired, and somewhat similar to what a ballerina would wear for the ballet, with the sweeping feathers along the side of the head and the crown-esque adornment at the top. Next up is her actual outfit, or what we call a tutu. There are a few swan motifs on her corset, which I absolutely love, along with many hearts integrated into the design, which I like to think reflects the theme of love, both in the story of Swan Lake and, dare I say, the nation of Snezhnaya, ruled by the Archon of Love. Now, I've seen a bit of discussion around her tutu, so let me deep dive a bit.
She's going for through all the outfit.
There are four
Okay.
main types of tutus in ballet costume. First, we have the romantic tutu, which is a very long, flowy skirt made of a couple layers of tulle, the fabric most commonly used to make tutus. The romantic tutu is most commonly seen in ballets like
I wonder if we're gonna talk about how like messed up those feet are.
Giselle or La Sophie. Second, we have the platter or pancake tutu, which are technically two different types, but they look very similar to each other. This is probably the most well-known type, with stiffer layers of tulle that spread out in a circle around the dancer's hips. This tutu is used in numerous ballets, including Swan Lake. The main role of Odette and her supporting ensemble of swans all typically wear a pancake tutu. Next, we have the bell tutu, which is almost a mix of these first two. It's typically shorter and fuller than a romantic tutu, but floppier and with more of a downward curve than a pancake tutu. It can even be shorter than a pancake tutu sometimes. It can vary in length greatly, and is often seen in ballets like Nikita or Sleeping Beauty. Lastly, there is the powder puff tutu. It is very short and poofy. This tutu was first designed for George Balanchine's Symphony in C. George Balanchine was a Russian dancer who came to America and founded his own style of ballet here, along with the School of American Ballet and New York City Ballet, one of the top schools and companies, respectively, in the States. The powder puff tutu is also known as the American tutu or the Balanchine tutu for this reason, and is primarily used in
Well, I'm learning a lot.
I would say Odette's tutu is most similar to the bell tutu style. It's not very stiff, flat, or long, and it drapes loosely downward. There are even ballets that don't use a tutu at all. For example, Diana in the ballet La Esmeralda wears a dress with a thin, short skirt, so I could see some vague similarities to that as well. In Odette's drip marketing, it's a bit more lifted than how we saw it in the trailer, which makes me think they're really going to play around with the movement of the skirt in her in-game model and animations. In short, I think saying that Odette does not wear a real tutu would be incorrect. It's shorter and hangs down more than a pancake tutu most typically used for Swan Lake, but it definitely still passes as a legitimate tutu and at the very least a costume that could be used for ballet. I'll throw in a quick side note here for her arm accessories. The arm puffs she wears are worn in most ballet costumes, especially when wearing a tutu. They're not commonly seen in Swan Lake, however. I think because there's a heavy focus on the arm movements of the swans, and the absence of the arm puff make the arms look a bit longer and more elegant. Next up is her tights. Traditionally, ballet tights are a matte, light pink color, originally intended to mimic the pale pink skin tone of European dancers. Although, as dance has evolved, tights and shoes that match the wide variety of skin tones present in the ballet industry has become more widely accepted by more and more companies.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Which is really awesome to see those barriers being broken. Certain ballets may even use tights and shoes of other colors, like white, red, or yellow, or blue in the costumes, depending on the role and the costume design. I do like the choice of white tights for
the
design.
shoes.
It makes the blue
Oh,
of the
she's
tutu
talking
really
about the
pop.
shoes for
I
a
love the
long
slight shimmer
time.
on them. I was a really big fan of the shimmer on Escoffier's tights when she released, so I'm excited to see it here as well. Last but most certainly not least, we come to the shoes, probably the biggest point of discussion in Odette's design. I've shared a bit of my thoughts in a short video already, but there is so much more that I want to say, especially after reading through some of the thoughts in the community.
They're gonna talk about how bad those feet are, bro. Okay, I always thought it was funny how Kyoshi admitted to murdering someone and basically let her handle the aftermath of her confession. Kenshin kinda good. Let's see. Kenshin. You see, like, for me, Rev, like, I see that her as her just being responsible. She's just owning it, because she kind of has to at that point. Like, I think that was actually probably like the most mature response, to not like try and run away from what happened.
What I saw said the most upon Odette's reveal was that not having Odette wear point shoes is inaccurate representation of a ballerina, and I think what's really important to consider here is, in the attempt to be accurate, do we care about unrealistic heels or unrealistic point shoes more? I'm going to go over a few points of why having Odette wear point shoes 24/7 would also be inaccurate and impractical, in my opinion, as well as touching on some things I've seen the community say about it.
Oh my god, yeah, girl. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, she's about to come in. She's about to, like, attack. Oh, yeah. It's about to be game logic versus, like, real life logic. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. I love when this clash
In my
happens.
short video, I addressed how a
Oh,
dancer
yeah.
walks in point shoes, both casually and while performing, and how that would differ from a standard heel-to-toe walking animation that a Genshin character might have. If you'd like to watch that, I will link it here. But in short,
Oh, neat.
having Odette walk like a normal person in point shoes would also be inaccurate to real life, and I don't really expect them to animate her walking.
Yeah, like, rip these people apart for having the surface level interpretation. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be
either the
good.
ways I explained in that video, because it would either look strange and also just not make a lot of sense for day-to-day life. Another thing I mentioned in that video is the huge no-no that is wearing your point shoes outside. The price of a pair of point shoes can range from $100 to $180, and even if you're a professional dancer and your company is paying for your shoes, you still want to take very good care of them so that they stay as clean as possible and the construction of the shoe stays in good condition. Most point shoes are basically made out of papier-mâché, fabric, and glue, so heat and moisture break them down very easily, and at
Damn.
the very least shorten their wear time, if not ruin them completely. So running outside in a brand new pair of point shoes in the dirt and the mud and the water means you can't dance in them anymore, and you're going to have to throw them away. Now for a couple things that I've seen the community mention or be curious about. Firstly, adding the point shoes only in the dancing animations, similarly to how Jelona
Yeah.
wears heels normally, but transforms into the roller skates for her idol traversal skill. I agree that
Yeah.
this would be a really good option and solution for including the point shoes. However,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's the reasonable one. That would be the reasonable one, man.
if it's only going to show up in like one idol or in combat animations where you're not really going to be seeing it much, I would understand if they didn't do that. I don't really see point shoes being used beyond that, like in a traversal ability or anything like that. So if it doesn't happen, I understand, and I won't be too sad. Secondly,
Oh, yeah.
I see a lot of people
That's just
talking
reasonable.
about how heels were used in the early eras of ballet history, and this is true. Ballet actually originated in the 15th and 16th centuries in the royal courts of Italy and France, where it was mostly performed by men in short heels. It wasn't until the 18th century that more women started doing the art form and started to get more complex, and the heelless ballet flat was introduced to allow dancers more freedom of movement. In the 19th century, French ballerina Marie Taglioni became the first woman to dance on point by modifying her ballet flats to be able to dance on the tips of her toes. And in the 20th century, Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova modified her shoes to be even more structured, pioneering the creation of the modern point shoe. Swan Lake was created in the late 19th century when they weren't wearing heels anymore, and of course, most classical ballets of today have the main dancers in point shoes. There are some roles in classical ballets that call for a shoe called a character heel, which is used for kind of folk style variations such as Hungarian or Spanish dances, which are also actually seen in Act 3 of Swan Lake. I don't really think any of this has much to do with the choice to put her in heels. Like, I don't think that...
I think she got put in heels because it's Genshin. So Tai talked about Yang Chin giving the best advice. I agree too. I agree, Tai. You and I are like really aligned on this one. Wrong, they do matter. He is the last member of a culture that's been genocided. It's more important that he stands by the culture that would otherwise be dead, and the Fire Nation wins. Nah, I think like trying to like nah. I think that's an expression of selfishness. Cultures live and die. Just because your culture is about to die because you're the last one in it doesn't somehow give that culture any more right to actually survive. That I think Nah, I think when you have world versus culture, the world's more important than your culture, because cultures will always die.
Inspired that decision, really, but regardless, it's some fun Valley trivia for you guys. I also see a lot of people wanting her heels themselves to look kind of like point shoes more, and honestly, they kind of do already, just maybe not in the way you might imagine they would. The toes of her heels are flat, like the platform of a point shoe.
Like, honestly, like, all the Genshin characters should not be running around hills and fields in heels, but they are. As the person of that culture, he gets to choose because it's his culture. Yeah, see? But as the person of that culture, he gets to choose. I don't think so. I think as the avatar, I don't think he does get to choose. I think as a civilian of the world, I don't think he does get to choose. So it comes back to an expression of selfishness. Now, mind you, if you're strong enough to to protect your selfishness, I think it's fine. If he cultivates the strength to be able to be selfish, I think it's fine. But I think there's a line there. It's a weird expression of the individual and collectivism, because this is specifically the individual protecting a form of collectivism, but it's like the minor collectivism compared to the rest of the world. But like that'd be my hard line stance on it.
And the structure on
all the other avatars are pretty selfish in their own ways too. So like if Aang wants to be selfish, fundamentally, I think he can be selfish.
the top kind of resembles the ribbons wrapping around her foot. Contrary to popular belief, point shoe ribbons do not wrap halfway up the leg. They tie just around the ankle joint and stop there. So honestly, I do kind of see a bit of the inspiration and resemblance of point shoes translated to her heels. The last thing I want to mention, and I actually have to credit a commenter from my short for bringing this very good point to my attention, is cosplayers attempting to stand on or dance in point shoes while cosplaying Odette. Dancing on point is incredibly dangerous without the proper training, and I mean years of training beforehand, and you can seriously injure yourself without that. I don't want to act like I'm keeping it from anyone, but I also really don't want to see anyone hurt themselves. So please, if you're thinking about cosplaying Odette, be careful and don't try to dance on point if you're not trained for it. So all in all,
I think people are still gonna do it. I think that was a good video, but still, she still didn't know that it won't be her paying for it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. There. This must be Omar's video. I think I spotted. Airbending culture is so different in Korra, and then it's probably unrecognizable in the new series since the world's being newly destroyed. Thought you would enjoy it. Yeah, no, that was really good. Like I work with a lot of ballerinas, but I don't know their thing. I don't know their history. I don't know any of that stuff. I just like make sure they're not falling on the stage, or I make sure the stage isn't gonna kill them, or I make sure the lobby isn't gonna kill them. But otherwise, if you guys want to know, the dancers that are actually the bane of my existence are actually the tap dancers. All right, lots of stuff happening there. The monster designs are pretty good though. Yeah, Duel Masters. The Duel Masters IP is so interesting. Have you ever seen Irish River Dancing? I have.
Stop! Not here! What is this
Girlie,
motion?
what are you doing?
What is she doing?
Oh, I just realized she's like gripping something tight.
Responsible sip admires quietly and without touching.
Okay, fair.
However, I can admire them from every angle of the photo.
Oh.
As close as I can get.
god.
Man.
Just make sure you win the race, okay?
Your farm's full. You're usually lively under. What?
Read it.
Usually lively
Start from the top. Start from the top.
From your farm's flow, you're usually lively underarms. Something's missing from that sizzling sensation you spark.
She said that right to King's face.
All I could think was, this is first rate. King is the most first rate of all first rates. So, well.
Is that all?
What do you mean?
Is that the only reason you thought I was first rate?
No, there's more. Like your flowing hair and the loud, proud way you laugh, and your stylish signature waist wear and your caboose. Oh, whoops. Wow, you see, look at it, like that.
I mean, it's all right there when she's running. So.
Oh my.
That's quite a list. Still, all of those things are trivial.
King Halo is there, happily revving up the crowd.
Look at King's aura. Look at those smooth, velvety legs. Look at her vitality.
Look at her legs. First her arms, her ass, now her legs. Digital, come on.
I don't think you can throw.
Guys, like, have we, I don't know, for some reason I keep thinking, like, is this really that big of a deal? I don't know, like, I grew up, like, watching To Love Ru, and I think it was way raunchier. Is there something wrong with me? Have we become more prudish as the years went on? Actually, why am I asking that? I think we did become more prudish.
Throw me off with your weird.
Or rather, I think more prudish people came onto the internet and all the not prudish people went to their own designated spaces. Skelly, do you have an opinion on that?
At least specific.
Skelly over here being a culture warrior, trying to preserve a dying culture. Man, Skelly's the kind of guy that would protect a UNESCO heritage site, which is respectable.
Observations.
Wow, that was a pan of Halo's ass right there. I saw it.
If I don't have a main competitor who pushes me to get stronger, there's no way I can catch a top heroic dodo. So please, trainer, I need some names. Are there any rumors out there that'll send sparks flying?
Wouldn't you be the best judge for that?
No. That's a no-go. I'm an all-rounder, meaning I love everyone equally. If I try to choose, I'll just get stuck in a never-ending loop.
You just hear us. No.
Yeah, there's probably people in my line too.
Those are you! That's your people! Oh my god. You alright?
Oh, I should give you a token of my appreciation for being my parent. How did my hair and my tail sound?
No. Curious, we head to the library to check your race records. Honestly, they should be calling you Hero of the Mile.
Talk to me more, this librarian. Love your glasses.
What the f?
Alright. The Prudes are trying to get into every site, pushing verification. Yeah. I apologize for my country's actions recently. It's okay. The Americans, like, Power apologizes for America all the time. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. America's ruining my life right now, man. My life is really difficult because of Americanisms. Like, I think Australia's not ruining my life right now. Cuba's not ruining my life right now. It's increasing my stress, but it's not ruining my life. Canada's not really ruining my life right now. But America's like really gunning for it. England's like a minor annoyance over on the other side. You sent a video mainly for Skelly? Okay, well, let's watch it then. Is Skelly still here?
Hi, this is Cyril
Oh shit. And that's 12 minutes.
Souls. Today we'll be making a gumball machine frog.
Okay, well, we kind of need to know if Skelly's around. I'll just quickly look to see if there's anything I missed. I think Random had a video. Wait, Random's not here, hey? Oh, okay. It's Art Frog Lady. Okay.
What do I do with all these gumballs now? Game plan for this video. We have to figure out our design, first of all, and then sculpt it. Next, we'll have to figure out printing this. I usually do resin. I'm going to do both resin and FDM printing this time, which will be a challenge because I don't know anything about FDM. Filament printing.
Guys, I wish I knew how to work with resin, but I just keep reading about how dangerous it is, so I don't work with resin.
We have a giant clear dome to worry about, which might give us some struggles. Also, I don't know how many gumballs we need for this thing. You guys know how many gumballs it takes to fill the dome?
Gotcha, Ty.
I have a feeling it's going to be more than I think. We'll have to move on to...
He's probably super horny, Ty. He's probably just a super horny horse.
Sanding and priming. We'll do some paint. Pretty straightforward. And then finally we have to assemble it all together and hope that goes well. So let's start with design. We had 3 designs to choose from. Asked my patrons which one, and they overwhelmingly voted for this one. So let's see if we can bring it to life. While we hop into sculpting, I'm going to give some lore. Every month on Patreon, my patrons vote for the Frog of the Month. They give their suggestions, top ones go to a poll, and Gumball Machine was suggested by my patron Gavin, along with fan art that he made. This was posted over a year ago, and it has been in every single poll it has made it, I believe, for the past year. So this has been a long time coming. Everyone's been rooting for the Gumball Machine for months. When this idea originally won, there's a lot of buzz. People were like, how cool would it be if it could be a functioning Gumball Machine? Which I agree, but also, who do you think I am? I am an amateur sculptor. I am not an engineer. But I was like, there's no way that's gonna happen. However, we had pretty sick.
Think we can get these to fit if we just smudge them around a little bit here and there? Ta-da! All right, let's print.
See how we did. I'm a little nervous about the dome. Anytime I print like a clear dome, it's kind of like a 50-50 chance of wearing my tails. Let's see. Moment of truth. Dome. Okay, well. Let's see if we can fix that. See. Ooh. Okay, those look good. Those look good.
I'm here to forever remind you, safety first. Wear your respirator. Also wear your gloves. I like to wear 2 layers just in case I puncture
See,
one
guys?
of them, like a
See all the gear she has? That's why I'm worried about resin, man.
surgeon. If you are new here, resin printing works differently from filament printing. You have to clean off the liquid resin and post-cure your prints before you can carry on. I'm gonna give these a good scrub and then stick them in the sun. And because a lot of my patrons use FDM printers, I am doing a version in FDM just to see how it goes. Filament is still a bunch of witchcraft and wizardry to me, so...
I'm sick. I went to take a nap, but my FDM printer stopped printing, so we need to go check out what happened. I think we ran out of red. To the shop we go. Wow, look at that. We got so far. Filament broken. It says broken, but it sure looks empty to me. Alright, I thought I had more red. I do not. We're just going to try printing it in. Pink. Okay, well, everything's flashing now, and the error code says that you need to disassemble the printer. I don't have the bandwidth for this. I decided to cancel because it's doing weird things. Look, there's a poop back there. Why is a poop back there?
Oh, that one looks beautiful, man. That looks beautiful.
Round 2. I'm still sick. I'm gonna stop talking now because I sound like a rotisserie chicken.
Okay, the suit is a little overkill for sanding, but now that we have all of our parts printed, I need to go through and sand the resin ones because they have a little bit of warping. I'm testing the fit before I glue it all together. However, even after sanding,
The resin's cool, though.
Good idea
Like,
of whether or
it
not
is
will
really
actually
cool.
Picking all the gumballs, it will be easy to get a nice even coat on all of them. So the most time-consuming part of this project, beyond the dispenser aspect, has actually been sanding all the gumballs.
Yeah.
Guess now, how many gumballs are there? I don't know how many there are. I know there are a lot. I want the dome to be like at least 2/3 full. Yeah, with paint.
I also have a display-only version that I tested for my patrons, so we're gonna make that a nice froggy green.
Gumballs, 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 gumballs. Job. Oh my gosh. Already losing some. I have a bunch of gumballs. It looks like... God, it sure doesn't look like very much what's there in this container. I haven't counted them yet. I'm not sure if it will give me more or less.
Okay, so now she's just making the gumballs.
So that was a good one. Here's a more dirt ball. Well,
This would be really time consuming. This is a labor of love,
20.
man.
How many gumballs? Let us paint a gumball machine. He doesn't need a lot. I'm gonna patina up the metal and then do all the crevices. Probably a little bit of dry brush. Gosh, you can see the mayhem of my desk. Get out of here, all this stuff. What is any of all this stuff? Multiple gumball machines. This is now the Froglet update corner.
little guy.
Ah, damn, sorry. My hand is switching.
He's only 8 months old. I need him to slow down. This man wants to move. He also loves Libby so much. Libby used to like a thing of baby hands. We have gates up now to separate the two of them, mostly to protect Libby from him because, oh my gosh. And we'll have him in there with us.
Okay. The frog is super cute.
Nesting dolls. Busy month for Patreon. Okay, lastly, I just need to make the domes clear. They've been sanded and now they're all cloudy. Usually I would use UV resin, but I kind of hate working with UV resin. It's like thick, and especially in a dome, it's really hard to coat the inside evenly. At least for me. I mean, I'm sure that's a user error to a degree. I've only ever tried like one gloss spray, and so we're trying a couple of different like lacquers, and then also car headlight spray, which someone has recommended. We're gonna do some tests on our dead, broken globe, so let's see how that goes. Okay, the time has come to glue all the pieces together and see if it actually works. The tests look promising, but that's without the weight of like however many gumballs.
We're almost there, guys.
I'm
We're
worried
almost
I'm
there.
gonna have jams. We're about to find out.
I want to see it come together. Come on,
I wish
lady.
I caught on camera the amount of times I've dropped domes, frogs, and things. I need to finish this project before I break it.
I'll be using this UV epoxy to attach the tops to the clear domes, and oh my god, where are your gloves, miss? Thank you. And then using super glue for the rest.
Yeah.
And while I'm gluing everything
Shit,
up,
man, I hate getting super glue on my fingers, man. I hate it.
It's the perfect time to shout out my Patreon. Thank you so much to all my patrons. If you're interested in joining, we have 2 tiers over there. We have
Come on,
the
I
$3
need to
tier that
see how
allows
this
you to
came
vote for
together.
the Frog of the Month, and then we have
No,
the $6 tier,
I don't
which
need
gives you
this.
the STLs.
No, did she skip the
None of
putting
us
it
would possibly
together?
vote for the Frog of the Month, and then we have the $6 tier, which gives you the STLs for the Frog of the Month. So wonderful crowd over there. Everyone has amazing ideas. We also have a group chat where you're able to share your frog art. None of this would be possible without my patrons. I wouldn't be making a freaking gumball frog. So a huge thank you to my tadpoles and polywogs.
I can't
over on
believe
Patreon.
this.
All right. The big question, of course, is does it dispense gumballs? Which, drumroll please.
I can't believe we didn't get to see it get clicked together.
Kind of.
I got too used to super glue on my hands from working at Home Depot. Oh, that's fair, man. You probably had wood glue on yourself all the time too. I find wood glue very annoying as well. The one that I always used was always very stringy after a point, and it's yellow. It's yellow and stringy. It's just, it makes me upset. Anyway, guys, it's like 12:15. We're just gonna call it there. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do stuff. We'll hang out. We'll have a nice time. I probably need I need the break to just I need to get out of here before 12:30. So I'm gonna do that. Well, we had 11 viewers. That's pretty cool. Thanks you guys for watching. Really appreciate that. I messed up with super glue twice, and since then I've never gotten it on my fingers. Nice, Scal. Nice. Okay. Thanks everyone for being here. Night Kayla, Night Monica, Night Rev, Night Scal. Rev, it was good to see you. Night Prower, Night Ty, stay safe, guy. Night Vance, Night Animamus, Night John. Yeah, man. Night, everyone. Ending the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Till next time, everybody. Stay